Welcome, you wussies, to TP For Your Earholes. My name is Charlene Schmidt, and with me is...
Patrick Schmidt. I am the looks of the operation or the brains.
Yes. Definitely the brains. And I love your smile so much. You know, that's one of the things I love the absolute most about you.
We're already getting sappy. Let's save that for later.
Okay.
Because this is one of those episodes that might get a little sappy and a little personal. But we're excited for this one.
Yeah, today we are asking each other 5 questions related to Beavis and Butt-head that we have picked for each other. And the real fun part is we have seen each other's questions so we can start thinking of how we want to respond to them. But we do not know how the answer is going to go. It's going to be a surprise for us as much as it's going to be for all of you listening.
Yeah, I'm super excited for this. And I think it's a really, really fun way to kind of explore some ideas, explore a little bit of our relationship to the show, but also we've been together now for, I think, 50 or 60 years. I'm not totally sure.
Pretty sure it's 65, babe.
But there are things that we haven't talked about, and we tried to come up with questions that were kind of in that direction. Maybe things we've never talked about before, or things that we just haven't had come up in conversation, or things that we've been dying to know but have been too scared to ask.
Oh, are some of those questions here? Wow.
Maybe.
Oh my. All right, well, let's tell everybody how they can connect with us before we get going. You can follow us on Blue Sky, Instagram, or Facebook at TP For Your Earholes. You can reach out at all those places as well as YouTube. And hey, while you're there, listen to us, like and subscribe and comment. Do all the things, please. That way, you're going to get all of the latest episodes, the latest updates, all the latest things, period. And you can also reach out to us through our contact form at tpforyourearholes.com. That is our website, and you'll find all of the back episodes right there, as well as show notes and links, and even way back when you made an infographic, Patrick, that was really cool, that didn't get nearly enough attention, and everybody should go check that out.
And more of those to come. A little teaser for the next episode.
Ooh, yeah, you might have been working on a little something for, well, a while now.
Yes, but
It's gonna happen.
before we get into that, let's get into this. And also a quick reminder for our audience, we love it when you leave reviews. So if you can leave a 5-star review on your favorite podcast platform and leave some words with it, it really does help share our podcast with others. And it really means a lot. Trust me, we see those and we appreciate them and we appreciate you.
And when they come in, it's like Christmas for us. You
Yes.
don't even have to put together complete sentences if you just put in words. That's good. We're fine with that. We're not asking for much.
So we did each come up with some questions for today's episode. And we each have 5 that we want to ask each other, but there's a little caveat in that, isn't there, babe?
There is, because there is one question we both want to ask each other. And so how about we lead with that one?
Let's do it.
Okay. The question is, what music did you get into because of Beavis and Butt-head?
So I think there are 2 really for me. And one is from way back in the day, and one is a little bit more recent, even though it's a way back in the day video. Right?
Okay.
And the first one that I think I really have to acknowledge, and I haven't acknowledged them enough on this podcast, is Pantera.
Oh, golly. One of your favorite bands of all time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's one of my... I'm going to backtrack here just a second. Pantera's first 2 albums, if they had stopped there, they are probably my favorite band of all time. I don't like much of what they did after that, but damn, those first 2 were amazing. And I don't think it's a coincidence that every single one of the Pantera videos that Beavis and Butt-head reacted to came off the first 2 albums.
It's because they have good taste.
Yeah, so I think Pantera was one of those where I think I was maybe initially introduced to them through a variety of different ways, but Beavis and Butt-head might have been the most influential of those.
All right.
And I really grew to love, like I say, especially those first two albums. And maybe if Beavis and Butt-head had reacted to some stuff off the later albums, I might have liked the later albums better.
Or would you? Because what if they didn't like them and they started trashing them? Would you have felt the same? I'm just thinking it's not a coincidence that they commented on the first two, because those really are masterpieces. Yes.
Yep. And I think the other one might catch you by surprise. It also might not catch you by surprise. I don't know.
Let's find out.
But through Beavis and Butt-head, I developed a little tiny crush on Bjork.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and it
I'll be
was
damned.
what was it? The Big Time Sensuality video? Not the one where she's acting like a weirdo in the back of a truck. The other one where she's like in a forest. And I had never paid attention to Bjork before. I knew her as, the weird Icelandic chick. And then I saw her in that video that Beavis and Butt-head were reacting to. And I'm like, oh, who is this? She's kind of cute. Oh, it's Bjork. Oh, do I like Bjork now? I think I do. And it has very little to do with the music, honestly. I just was like, oh, Bjork is really cute.
Huh. It's the absolute opposite for me.
Okay.
I love Bjork's music. I don't listen to it nearly enough. Like, sure, she's cute enough, whatever, but that is not at all why I'm into her. And I got introduced to Bjork thanks to MTV and music videos.
Nice.
Just a little side tangent there.
Okay. So right back at you, what music do you feel like you got into because of Beavis and Butt-head?
Well, first and foremost, Gwar.
Gwar. Okay.
I probably never would have heard of Gwar if it hadn't been for Beavis and Butt-head, at least at the time.
Yes.
Now, maybe later as I got more and more into metal, but certainly in the earlier 90s, without Beavis and Butt-head, Gwar would not have been at all on my radar. Not something I'm seeking out, but I did. Even more so, though, I became a big fan of the Butthole Surfers because of Beavis and Butt-head.
Yes.
Like, I genuinely love the Butthole Surfers and have since the mid-90s.
That's a good one.
I have several of their albums.
Yeah, and by the way, this is no lie, y'all. One of the first times we got together, we started making mixes for each other, and one of the first mixes you made for me had some Butthole Surfers on it.
See?
Yeah.
See?
And I appreciated that.
Now, did you recognize Butthole Surfers and the Beavis and Butt-head connection at that point?
I did not. That took some time to piece together, but I think I got there. I wouldn't have predicted that Butthole Surfers would be what you would have said tonight, but at the same time, it totally makes sense.
I did and still do love the Butthole Surfers. Thank you, Beavis and Butt-head, for introducing me. I don't know if my life really would be as complete without that. And I do have one little smaller one.
Oh.
This is from the 2011 reboot.
Oh.
It's MGMT.
Oh.
The kids video.
Yes.
I wasn't completely on the up and up on newer music in that day. And I found out I really like a lot of their music.
Oh.
And that was my gateway.
Yeah. Very cool. Right on.
So there we go.
Cool. Now we're into the questions. And again, we've seen the questions, but we don't know what the answers are going to be from the other person. So do you want to start with your first question or your second question, I guess?
Yeah, technically the second question. How about we do this? And it is, in fact, number 2 on this list.
Number 2.
What episode or video, if any, annoys you and why?
I have 2.
Okay.
That I think are worth mentioning. The first one will not be a surprise, and that is the Pipe of Doom.
Oh, yes, this I know.
I have a real hard time watching the Pipe of Doom. I also have a real hard time watching the one from the season 3 of the reboot where he gets stuck. Beavis gets stuck again.
Oh, in the air duct?
Yeah, because I have this big fear of being stuck in a confined space. I don't have claustrophobia, but I have claustrophobia. So watching those episodes, just no, I would prefer not to.
That's fair.
And the other one that I think might be surprising a little bit is the video And it's a video we repeat a lot in our house because it has to have one good line, but the Poop Tarts video.
You don't like the Poop Tarts video?
I do think that there is something about the Poop Tarts video itself that's super annoying, and I don't like it, and it's annoying and ugh.
Okay.
But I also agree with Butthead. It's like, okay, Beavis, that's enough about poop.
So nothing about this is working for you? Because I think Beavis's idea of what if Poop Tarts said poop when they come up, I think that's brilliant. I think that elevates the whole thing myself.
And I think there's a moment in there where he like crosses the line. And it's like, okay, that's enough. And I'm glad Butthead calls him out on it. So it's only really annoying for about 5 seconds.
Okay, fair enough. I never would have thought that. Ever. You've never expressed dislike for this video.
Because I know you love it.
Well, thank you. But don't worry about hurting my brittle little feelings.
I'm so with Butthead. It's like, okay, Beavis, that's enough about poop.
Well, fine. I'll just talk about wee wee.
And then Beavis redeems himself. Let's be honest. By the end of that video, Beavis has fully redeemed himself.
There we go.
All right.
All right. What's your second question for me?
So this is a question that we've been kicking around as potentially something that could turn into a full episode. And this is something that we're going to ask our audience as well. If you relate to this question and have ideas, thoughts, things you want to share, please reach out to us. But Char, what have you noticed over the years about how being a female fan of Beavis and Butt-head might be different than being a male fan? And what is it that guy fans of the show might not understand about being a female fan and what that experience is like and how that's different?
So first and foremost, I know we have female listeners of this show. So yes, if you have 5 minutes to type out your experience, I'd love to know what yours is. Because here is mine. I think the biggest surprise when I express that I am a Beavis and Butt-head fan is like, oh, you actually like the show? Because I'm a woman, people expect me to think it's not in good taste or I don't like it or whatever. And no, the truth is I like it quite a bit,
Yeah.
obviously.
Sure.
Wouldn't be doing this show if I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So the surprise always surprises me.
Okay.
Why do you think I wouldn't? And it's always because you're a girl.
Mm.
Oh, okay, that's all? I like a lot of things that guys tend to like. I'm a sci-fi fan. I'm a metal fan. But there's room at the table for everybody, guys.
Yeah.
And what it is that guy fans of the show might not understand is, I think at least in the 90s, as a female teenager, look, I was just as obsessed with sex and possibly scoring as any other guy. Just handled it very differently because there's a lot more at stake when you're a woman.
True.
So you take that into account.
Fair. Okay. Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. And again, fans, if you've got thoughts, please share them. We'd love to hear from you.
Would love to know. All right. My next question for you is, what about this show has resonated the most for you over the last 30-ish years?
I think what Beavis and Butt-head kind of did is it gave me consistent reminders that we should be having fun, you know? That life should be fun. Life is there to be laughed with and laughed at. And I don't know if our listeners can pick it up from my fun, flirty veneer, but most of my time, most of my life, I spend it in pretty serious ways, you know? And so
it's true.
The show is a good reminder for me to relax, have fun, let go. And I always feel better after watching the show. And I think that's a good reminder for me to not take things so seriously and to have a little fun and to be okay with that and to be okay and not feel like guilty for having fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great answer. Because especially advancing along in adulthood, I think we feel that way more often than not.
Yeah.
And it just simply is not true. Fun is a part of life and it's meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah, and I always, always, always can enjoy Beavis and Butthead. Even bad Beavis and Butthead is good Beavis and Butthead. But that's the thing that stuck with me. It's a good reminder to go back to that happy place, go back to that mentality every once in a while, and that's okay, and that you can act in the comfort of your own home like a 13-year-old boy every once in a while and not take things so seriously.
Love that.
So, in case y'all don't know, Char is a big animal lover, big advocate for animal rights. We've volunteered at animal shelters together. How in the world do you reconcile being an animal lover with love for Beavis and Butthead, knowing how they got their start with frog baseball?
This is such a good question. I've had to actually think about this from time to time. And I think the big factor that helps me forgive Beavis and Butthead, for lack of another word, is the fact that it's animation.
Yeah.
Now, I'm fully aware that there are people in real life who actually do things like this. And that makes me really sad. And if anybody were to even try and do that within my eyesight, you bet your ass I would confront them. But since Beavis and Butthead are fake, and this is supposed to be a cautionary tale of what not to do, that's why it gets a pass.
Yeah.
Now, do I like frog baseball? Do I like the idea that a frog is a baseball? Not necessarily. We've gone over this many times about how you and I did not get in at the very start. It came in a little bit later, and I didn't see a lot of the degenerate stuff until after I already been into the show. And I think that also helped.
Yeah.
Because if I had started with frog baseball, no, I'm not sure if I would have been a fan. I just probably would have watched it and moved on with my life. Even as a non-vegetarian, non-animal rights advocate at the ripe age of 11 or 12. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. But I think that's why I can make these two things coexist.
Okay. And by the way, very credible answer there, because I think that's also where Mike Judge falls on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not saying Mike Judge is an animal rights advocate or anything like that, but I think he is constantly befuddled when people take Beavis and Butthead seriously.
Yeah, and that's just it. We're not supposed to.
Yeah, we're supposed to be able to laugh at them, and you found a way to do that. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, in the same way that Idiocracy was not supposed to be a documentary or a blueprint for how to run the world, and yet here we are.
Yeah, fair. All right, cool.
Okay. My next question for you. When we are old, and hopefully we get to be old, what sort of Beavis and Butthead themed pet name do you think you will call me, and why?
Well, I know what you're going to call me.
What am I going to call you?
You're going to call me a buttknocker.
So you kill me? Put me out of my old age misery?
And I'll just be like, don't call me a buttknocker, you son of a bitch.
You'll know it's time when I just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, but I do think the easiest Beavis and Butthead insult to say is buttmuch. So I think the older I get, the lazier I get. Buttmuch will just become like my default.
Okay.
Yeah. So
fair enough.
So get ready to get called a buttmunch.
Well, I just might call you a buttknocker and see how that goes.
Fair. I mean, I think that's where we stand. By the way, I do want to turn people on to something that I think is really, really cool, and maybe we can put this in the show notes, is there is a quiz on one of our favorite quiz sites online, Sporkle. And there's a user who has created a quiz that is every single Beavis and Butthead insult.
Yeah.
And it's really well done. And if I had to choose one from that list, I think it would just be buttmuch. I love it. It's
very much in the spirit of Beavis and Butthead. It's right up there with dillweed. Maybe actually, no, I you know what? No. Buttmunch is the more popular of the two. But it's one of the most common words that they use to each other.
One of the things I also like about buttmunch is you can say it while you're laughing. Butt munch.
That is helpful.
Yeah. So you can intone it in certain ways. It's really good.
And you know what? Truth be told, I won't mind being called a butmuch. Not really. Not when it's in the spirit of Beavis and Butt-head.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, next question for you. You have misophonia.
I do.
For those of you who don't know, we discovered this week, by the way, that your appearance on a certain podcast gave you top billing higher than Paul F. Tompkins.
Yeah.
On a particular series.
At least on this particular instance on IMDb, I am more famous than Paul F. Tompkins. And yes, I do have an IMDb page. I did not create it. Someone created it for me, but you can look me up. I'm there.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what misophonia is, it's a hatred of sound that triggers the fight or flight response. And this is usually related to mouth sounds. Things like chewing, smacking, clicking, stuff like that.
Yes.
Can also be a whole lot of other triggers. You can learn a whole lot more about that on the podcast episode you mentioned. It's for the Mental Illness Happy Hour. And at this point, it was a while ago. It might be in the archive, which could be behind a paywall. I'm not sure. But look up misophonia. It is a real thing. I did not know it was until 2013 when I learned the word and found out that this weird neurosis that I have actually has a name and it's real. And what's really cool now is a lot of research is being done about this condition. One, because more and more people are identifying, saying, yes, this is a thing that I experience. And then two, researchers are finally taking note and actually learning more about it. Yay, science!
Oh my gosh. So with that, do Beavis and Butthead's laugh ever trigger your misophonia reactions? And are there any other sounds or voices or lines that grate your ears the wrong way?
Thank fuck their laughs do not trigger me, because if they did,
Good.
I would not be able to stand watching the show.
Yes.
And you know that.
Yeah.
You know that after years and years of putting up with me and my my rage.
Yes.
When I am triggered, it just takes everything to suck it all in. But with a TV show, you can just turn it off, and I would just not watch it. The one time Beavis and Butt-head did trigger my misophonia, I think I've mentioned on this podcast before. That's in the episode Braces, where Butthead's braces come off, and he does that licking sound.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that would do it.
I do not like that sound at all, and it makes it really hard to get through that episode, to the point where I don't watch that episode very much. If I'm going through season 3 of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head, it's possible I might skip that one now. Seen it a couple times, don't need to relive that again, don't need to trigger my ears and my rage, and just, let's not do that sitch.
Okay.
If I can avoid it, I do.
Okay, that's a good thing for me to know.
Avoiding triggers when I can helps me cope for the times when I can't.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like an expenditure of energy and patience.
Well, I do remember the first time we watched that episode, I think I shot a glance over at you when those sounds were happening, like, you cool with this?
And I'm like, no. No, thanks. I hate it. I get it, but I hate it. You knew it triggered me. You know pretty much the moment I'm being triggered in the moment.
Yeah, I try to be sensitive to that, yeah.
Your detector's gotten very good over the years. You know.
There we go.
So, as far as other sounds and what have you, none come to mind right away. And again, thank fuck.
Right. Seriously, for sure.
It's pretty easy, unfortunately, to trigger someone with misophonia. And the fact that there's how many episodes of this show and I'm not triggered by it is a massive win.
We'll take it.
Totally, yes. Okay. I believe we are on to the last question for you.
Okay.
Okay, and I am excited to ask this one and learn the answer. As a teacher, how would you handle Beavis and Butt-head in your class?
Well, first things first, I would not teach Beavis and Butt-head. I would not teach that age of student. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
This is true.
And I mean, there's a reason why I teach college. And it's because when I teach college students, they're adults. They may not be fully formed, but they're adults. And they're basically as close as they're going to be to fully formed at that point. And you can treat them like adults. And I really appreciate that. My parents were both teachers and they both taught junior high and high school. And I don't know how they did it. I really don't know how they did it, because I think I've told you, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but like, I didn't like kids when I was a kid. I came out of the chute at like 35.
Hey,
you know?
That's my line. Yeah, same.
And
we're both old souls.
Yeah. And so it would be a really, really easy thing for me to be just to like nope out of completely. But that said, if I were in that situation where I was in the classroom and I had to handle them, I think the most obvious thing is to separate them.
That's a very good start. Yeah.
Don't have them next to each other. Don't let them distract each other. In fact, that's one of my rules in my classroom is you are welcome to distract yourself all you want. The second it impedes somebody else's ability to learn, that's when I have a problem.
And that's when you intervene.
And that is when I intervene. Yeah. And so, like, I'm not one of those professors who's like, no phones, no computers. Like, if you want to take your phone out and scroll through shoe shopping all class, I don't care. Right?
That's your business.
But if you're showing the deals to somebody else in class, that's when I get a little testy, put it that way. So I think you have to separate them. Don't let them distract each other. And that's another thing. Keep those classes busy. Lots of, we call, think, pair, share, which is give them a question, think for 30 seconds, pair up with somebody else, talk about it for a minute, and then get in a small group of 4 and share for like 2 minutes, and then share with the class. Keep things moving, keep things busy. Do not lecture.
I like it. And it makes the students think, but I am sympathizing already with the other students having to face this situation because this really sucks for them.
Oh, of course.
Not for you, for them.
And I really do think I'm much more Van Driesen than Buzzcut. So
you are.
I would be much more apt to, be forgiving and to give them grace as much as I could. But you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Just let the other horses drink.
Yeah, and everybody has their limits too. And I do think that at some point, you just kind of give up on them. And as long as they were not interrupting other people, you would just not care. But again, you're not going to see them in a college classroom most likely. So the good news is you're probably not ever going to have to worry about this particular problem, which is great. Yeah. And yeah, the K through 12 system too. I'm glad you didn't go that route. That is, ugh.
It's challenging, and much, much love to our teachers out there. This episode will drop right around the summer break time. So, hey, enjoy your break, educators.
Yes, you have more than earned it. You put up with a lot.
It's that old joke, the 3 best reasons to be a teacher: June, July, and August.
There you go.
So, my last question for you.
Do it.
How long do you want the reboot to last?
This is an answer that has changed over the last few months, and I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, I am not.
Okay. Remember when we got DMs from Lou Morton about season 4 coming out? We had just speculated whether or not that was happening, and he informed us that yes, we are making it. It's going to happen. And we were all excited. Yay, yay, yay. Since that aired, and we were all hyped up and thinking, okay, well, we know season 4 is coming, so let's advocate for season 5 and beyond while that is airing, right?
Right.
I am not as sure anymore. And it has nothing to do with the show itself. I think the people that make it and are doing an exceptionally great job, we are entertained. We're having a really good time. However, the conditions surrounding this show and other shows that I love is not great. Yeah. I really do think that the Paramount and Skydance and now Warner Brothers merger is going to really F with a lot of properties that I know I love because they're part of Paramount. Beavis and Butt-head is one of those. The fact that they have not even put season 3 of Mike Judge's Beavis and Butt-head on Paramount Plus in the States yet, frankly, that just really pisses me off. What are they doing? I don't know behind the scenes like how long that contract lasts with Comedy Central or what have you, but the complete lack of promotion of this show just makes me really scared for it. It gives me the impression that they do not care about it. They don't give a rat's ass at all about the show's success, and maybe they want it to die. And it's because I've seen this happen with another show that I really, really love. And that's Star Trek Prodigy.
Ah.
Yeah. For those who do not know, I hosted Mission Log Prodigy on Roddenberry Podcasts for the 2nd season and parts of the 1st. And that show went through quite the ringer in 2024 or so, 2023. They were making the 2nd season. Paramount was going to chuck it for a tax write-off. Fans got irate, flew planes overhead on the studios, and Netflix took note and aired Star Trek Prodigy there because Paramount Plus was not going to do it. And things have not exactly improved since then, but the point being, I've seen them just absolutely give the axe to other shows. They are soulless. They do not care about the art itself and the entertainment. And I don't want another thing I love to be the victim of that. So if, say, we get season 4 and that's it, I am happy with that because that's a more concrete stopping point than indefinite and what sort of abuses might come from that later on.
True.
I just don't want to see it wither on the vine. I want it to go out strong. And then maybe, who knows, down the road, if things improve condition-wise, it can possibly be a conversation revisited yet again. But yeah, I'm not optimistic, guys. And as much as I love the show, I don't want it or the people making it to suffer through no fault of their own.
That was a much more thorough answer than I expected, but thank you for that.
What did you think I was going to say?
4 or 5 or 6, I don't know. What a lame question to end the episode on. No, you crushed it and came out with a very well-prepared rant, and I appreciate that.
Hey, you know what? I love a good old rant. And my old answer was, let the show makers make it for as long as they like. And unfortunately, I just can't go with that anymore because it doesn't seem feasible. That makes me so sad. Sorry to be a downer at the very end here, guys, but I think that's where we're going to leave it, ?
Yeah, well, and we're going to turn it around next week.
We sure are.
We do have a very big episode coming next week, and I say big not necessarily in length, but in scope. And this includes an entire series rewatch by yours truly. I'm going to have at least 3 charts. It's going to be big, and I don't want to tell you what it's about yet, but I can tell you my current spreadsheet has close to 400 rows in preparation for this next episode.
Whoa.
So
I have seen you putting in the work, and you guys are not going to be disappointed. This is going to be one hell of an episode.
let us know that you appreciate this kind of stuff. Let us know that you like the work we're doing. Subscribe, comment, leave those reviews, share this with your buddies, and we can't wait to share what we've been working on, what I've been working on literally for almost a year next week.